Mitrom and Bandhuvam, welcome to South Asia Maps. South Asia Maps is an education channel. This is Intellectual Kshatriya's channel. We are continuing our fascinating series about RayalaSeema, that is the RayalaSeema, Ceded district, Deccan, Andhra Pradesh, Bharat. This is part 55. The topic of today's discussion is some important historical personalities involved in the formation or enlargement of the ceded districts of Rayalaseema round about 1800 or so. Rayalaseema in the Madras Presidency is called Ceded Division or Deccan Division or Rayalaseema Division. Essentially, who is who round about 1800 or so who have played a role directly, indirectly in this administrative amalgamation or setup of Rayalaseema region, a political denouement of RayalaSeema. And this is the RayalaSeema series, and we are in the part that is the 54 RayalaSeema history, Madras RayalaSeema history, historical personalities 55 during the formation of ceded districts, and these are the previous the RayalaSeema series. You can look at them, and also other RayalaSeema series I have already posted. Mitrom and Bandhuvam, if you are new to my presentations, and I have posted more than 480 immaculately made presentations for you to explore and enjoy and learn on Indology, geography, culture, history, heritage, and human ecology, and so on. And you can find all these presentations at South Asia Maps JRD. As of 2024 January, we already have 483 videos posted. And we see this is the political map. The map looks like this, and today when you look at the map, there are a lot of lines drawn here. These are the political boundaries. How we have come to this stage is very, very interesting. And if you look at if you just look at this with certain prominent urban centers, the maps looks like this. What are the personalities who are involved in shaping this into a political and administrative units called the districts or provinces or states and so on? That is the fascinating aspect you will get after the presentation. The personalities involved in carving of this region into Rayalaseema part of today's Andhra Pradesh or Seam Andhra Pradesh. And this is the political map of Madras Presidency. You can see here, this is the Wodeyar territory, this is the Pulicat Lake, this is the Pondicherry, the French enclave in Madras Presidency, and Madras Patnam will be somewhere here. These are the two districts at the time, round about earlier part of 1800s or so, when the geographic knowledge got accumulated and systematized and organized into regions called jilas or districts. Bellary Kadapa districts here. This is the Kurnool Nawabi territory, Banganpalli Princely State later, Nellore and Arcot. This is the Baramahal region. And this is the just before the Radcliffe line was drawn across the boundaries of Darul Islam and Darul Harb, and that is the Kafiri land and Mumini land. And this is the map. Bellary district, Kurnool, Anantapur, Chitturi were generally considered as a ceded district. Later Bellary was given to Karnataka or Mysore state, and this is the enlarged part of Rayalaseema. You can see Nellore district and Chengalpat, two parts of North Arcot, and so on. When we use the word RayalaSeema ceded district in a loose or broadly term, sometimes certain other regions now called coastal regions I will also include. Just it's in a cultural or historical region ruled by the royals, emperors of Vijayanagara Empire. So this is the five districts: Bellary, Kadapa, Kurnool, Anantapur, Chittur. I have depicted here. This is the Wodeyar territory. So these are the persons involved. And this is the Wodeyar territory at the time, very big land. And as the Wodeyar kings becomes weak, the kingdom was controlled by Sar-vadhi-Karis, means the important military general. First was the Hyder and later Tippu Sultan. And British and the rest of the southern allies, that the Nizam and Marathas fought latter two wars against Hyder and Tippu. At that time, the entire RayalaSeema region started forming. So Sar-vadhi-Kari, Hyder Ali and Tippu, they were the de facto rulers of Mysore kingdom at that time. De facto rulers of Mysore kingdom. This is Krishnaraja Wodeyar 3 or Mummidi. Krishna Mummidi means three in Kannadi's language, Immidi means two, and Nalavadi. The same title, Krishnaraja Wodeyar. Nalavadi Krishnaraja Wodeyar or Mummidi Krishnaraja Wodeyar, Immidi Krishnaraja Wodeyar is supported. Nalavadi Krishnaraja Wodeyar is the Rajesh, is a great ruler. He was a penultimate ruler. He is the predecessor of Chamaraja Wodeyar, who has acceded the kingdom princely state to dominion of India, Bharat. So, Mummidi Krishna Raja Wodeyar lived a long life, born 1794 to 68, almost 72 years or so. At this time, the Treaty of Mysore was made and a lot of territory was given to British East India Company Bahadur. And even though some of the territories not directly involved in the formation of current Rayalaseema, I have put this for to complete the story. Chamaraja Wodeyar, his predecessors ruled from 1774 to 96. He was the Dejure ruler, that is means legitimate ruler, whereas governed by Sar-vadhi-Kari Tippu Sultan. At that time, the Third Mysore War was fought, that is the Treaty of Srirangapatnam under Cornwallis Governor General of British Indian Territory. At that time, this entire region, the lot of territories, the Baramahal and all those areas were given to East India Company. This is important because certain villages of Baramahal were also included in the Rayalaseema regions or North Arcot or Chittur. So that's why we are mentioning that. So that is the Mummidi Krishna Rajawada. But the major territory of today's Rayalaseema came from Nizam's successor, second Nizam, called Nizam Ali Khan Bahadur. That is the Nizam Ali Khan Asaf, who lived from 1734 to 1803. He made a treaty of secession with Wellesley, Richard Wellesley here, and he gave this territory called ceded territory or ceded districts. So a lot of territory came from Nizams. He was the ruler, first ruled from Aurangabad, later ruled from Hyderabad, that is Bhagyanagar, on the banks of Musi River. So Mummidi Krishna Raja Wodeyar and Asaf Nizam Ali Khan Bahadur. And also because the Rayalaseema is intimately connected with the Carnatic territory or Arcot region where Nellore district resided, so we are bringing this particular personality involved in the formation of Rayalaseema. Nawab Azim-ud-Daula, he passed away 1819. He made the treaty called Treaty of Carnatic. Sometimes it's called Treaty of Arcot, Treaty of Carnatic. He was the successor of Umdatul Umara. When Umdatul Umara died in 1801, and British picked his relative, his nephew Azim-ud-Daula, because Azim-ud-Daula was willing to give all the territory and revenue to the British for getting a big pension. That means he accepted a titular rulership, that is the Nawab of Arcot, but the real rulers were the British. So that treaty is called Treaty of Karnataka. Here I have shown here this the where the treaty was signed in Chennapatnam, Madras, 26 July 1801. Carnatic Treaty, Azim-ud-Daula Nawab at that time. And Thomas Munro was appointed as a governor of newly formed this area. He had fought in two Mysore wars, second Mysore war, third Mysore war, and the third Maratha war also. Later he became the governor of Madras Presidency, very big region, and around about 1827 or so, when he was touring Ceded districts, 1827, a place called Patikonda on the Erramala mountain outskirts, maybe 30 or 40 kilometers south of Kurnool, important town, he passed away at Patikonda. The prominent British leader involved in the formation of RayalaSeema is the Cornwallis, who fought with Tippu Sultan, where the Treaty of Mysore, the Treaty of Srirangapatnam, lot of territories were given back to the British East India Company Bahadur. It is actually during the time of Richard Wellesley, the senior brother of Arthur Wellesley, who later fought Battle of Waterloo around about 1815 against Napoleon. After the Battle of Waterloo, British Empire became the most prominent empire on the planet Earth. His senior brother is the Richard Wellesley, who ruled around about 7 or 8 years or so, Richard Wellesley, and he during his time subsidiary alliance treaty was made. It was imposed on Nizam, because Nizam couldn't pay for the subsidy, the money for cantonning the troops in Hyderabad, that is Secunderabad. He gave the lot of territory. Later that is called ceding of ceded area, later become Royalsima. So Richard Wellesley and Nizam Ali Khan were the prominent personalities associated with the formation of modern Rayalaseema. And Richard Wellesley was the Governor General from 1798 to 1805, known for Subsidiary Alliance, Sahayaka Sandhi. And Thomas Munro, and I think there is a typo here, 1827, the 19 should be removed here, collector, later Governor of Madras Presidency. So, this is the Thomas Munro here. These are the four important personalities you have to keep in mind. The formation of the Rayalaseema region. So when you look at this Rayalaseema from this perspective, just start recollecting how this region was made into a political entity, an administrative entity, are a political division. So this is the Rayalaseema region. This is the ceded area, mostly the Kurnool and Anantapur, Bellary here, and Kadapa Chittu. This was ceded by Nizam Ali Khan as a part of subsidy for keeping the cantoned troops in Secunderabad to Madras Presidency, the ceded, that's a subsidiary alliance at the time between the Richard Wellesley, the Governor General of British Indian Territories, and Nizam Ali Khan. And a lot of other regions also came. So this part came from Arcot Nawab. So this is the Arcot region, Payangat region, or Nellore region. There is also enlarged Rayalaseema that came as a part of Carnatic Treaty, Arcot Treaty, 1 year after Subsidiary Treaty. Treaty of Secession. This is Azim-ud-Daula. If you remember this area, Azim-ud-Daula, and this area, and Nizam Ali Khan, Richard Wellesley, Azim-ud-Daula, and British Madras Presidency there. Other regions like Kambam, all these areas were ceded by the Tippu Sultan and during the time of Wodeyar. The later immediate Krishnaraja Wodeyar gave certain territories involved and not directly, but in a sense, a treaty of Mysore. So, Imidi Krishna Raja Vadaya. Sorry, Mumidi Krishna Raja Vadaya, third one. Mumidi Krishna Raja Vadaya, Nizam Ali Khan, Azim-ud-Daula here, East India Company Bahadur, Richard Wellesley, you can consider Cornwallis because the Baramahal region was given at the time of Cornwallis. So, we can see Cornwallis in this area, Madras East India Company, and so on. So, when you look at this, that's how the broadly you will get an idea when you look at the territory. That is the Mummidi Krishna Raja Wadayar, Nizam, Azim-ud-Daula, Thomas Munro, and Cornwallis and Richard Wellesley. So most of the time, the countries, provinces, these boundaries are drawn by the few people, few leaders only, like a Treaty of Lahore or Treaty of Amritsar, and Lawrence brothers entered the formation of British Punjab. Only few people make the decisions. Even in modern times also people elected representatives are the base for the cabinet, or few people, the party leaders make the decisions. That's why uh, human history is essentially shaped by the people, the leaders. That is the essential part of today's presentation. Hope this will give you a broader idea about the ceded district of Rayalaseema in a different perspective. This is your presenter, Dr. T.reaty. If you like the channel, you can subscribe and post your comments too. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad.